Hi, my name is Andrea Correale, celebrity caterer and owner of Elegant Affairs. Today we're talking about having a dinner party at home. How many of you have a dining room table and you only use it for the holidays? Why not have 8 to 10 friends over and really enjoy that room and throw a fabulous dinner party? There are a few things that you should think about when planning the menu. When planning a dinner party, you should have an appetizer, an entree, and dessert. This is a really great idea. This first course appetizer is wonderful because you can make it ahead of time and it'll hold wonderfully in the refrigerator without wilting. It's simply beefsteak tomato, fresh mozzarella, a little bit of pesto, a toasted crustade, and some olives. Beefsteak tomatoes are perfect because they're large in size. You should then buy a nice ball of mozzarella cheese and find yourself a cookie cutter that's approximately the same size as the top of the tomato. Once you slice the mozzarella, you cut it out with the cookie cutter and you simply layer it. Tomato, mozzarella, pesto, tomato, mozzarella, pesto, until you have this fabulous stack. Now, what entree should I serve? Filet mignon. Filet mignon is a great dinner party choice. The best way to prepare it is to first go to your butcher and ask him to cut you 8 to 10 really nice pieces of filet mignon. Take the filet mignon home, put them on a baking sheet, season well with salt and pepper, and cook them in the oven right before it's time to eat. In order to make your plate look more like restaurant quality, as opposed to homemade, I have a few side dishes that will really do the trick. Here we have green beans or haricots verts. Now instead of just putting green beans on the plate, we've taken a green onion and tied them into little bundles. Once again, you can make these bundles ahead of time. You can heat them in the oven right before the filet mignon is done, and it's a perfect addition to your plated entree. Another great idea is putting a grilled vegetable tower on the plate. Now you say, how do I get that really nice looking tower? And it's really quite simple. We use something called PVC pipe, which you can buy in any hardware store. Basically, you want to get a pipe that's about 2.5 inches in width, and you want to cut it about 3 inches in height. You basically take your vegetables, which here I have zucchini, I have some squash, and I have some roasted red peppers. You basically put them on a table, stack them, cut it out with the PVC holder. You can even leave them in the refrigerator like this or bake them in the oven. And when you're ready to serve, voila, you have these beautiful restaurant quality grilled vegetable towers. Now for a starch, instead of using potatoes, did you ever think about using risotto? But the key here again is to use a nice cookie cutter, but this one will need to have a lip. And once you make your risotto, you form it in the cookie cutter, and then you basically garnish with the vegetable that's in the risotto. In this case, we have a mushroom. Once you use these side dishes, you can easily place one of them or 2 of them with the filet mignon and make a fabulous looking entree plate. Now when it comes to dessert, why not serve berry martinis? So what we did is we took some raspberries, some blueberries, and some strawberries, put them in a martini glass, and then we sprinkle some Zabaione cream, which is an Italian pastry cream, over the top. You can easily do a vanilla creme anglaise, which you could buy from a baker, or simply put out some fresh whipped cream. And then for those who want to have a little bit of a cookie or a cake taste, we garnish the glass with a little bit of biscotti. So here you have it, great ideas to throw a great dinner party at home. I'm Andrea Correale from Elegant Affairs.